Ladies and gentlemen of the media and my fellow Nimbayans, both home and abroad, my fellow Liberians, today marks the beginning of a day that we will start policing concessionaires in this country. For too long, we've seen our people deprived of incentive, deprived of their livelihood by concessionaires ripping this country off. We were born and raised to know that Liberia is a rich country. We were also born and raised that amidst those riches, we are a poor country. Someone wrote a book way back referred to Liberia as growth without development. We've been pushing this issue of ArcelorMittal's violations of the MDA, the Mineral Development Agreement. This agreement, which came into being in 2005 when we were just emerging from war, had many loopholes. But when the new government took over in 2006, this agreement was reviewed, and in 2007, an amended version was passed under the President Salif government. This amended portion outlined many and several articles that were in the interest of improving the lives of the people of Nimba County, Bon County, Grand Bassa County, and contribute immensely to the development of Liberia as a country. As we sit here today, we wrote a communication triggered by ArcelorMittal's announcement of a $1.8 billion investment, $1.4 billion within the concession area by the construction of an iron ore compressor. We were alarmed because Yikepa, after 22 years, is lying in ruins. The road leading to Yikepa is dilapidated. Employment is still underwhelmed, and there's lack of skill training to take over expatriates who are working in our country in both skilled and unskilled jobs. Henceforth, that letter, no matter how AML prolonged their appearance, they did appear today. And we have called you here as member of the press and the Liberian people to inform you that all of the points that we listed against ArcelorMittal operations and our gross violations of the MDA were all true, and they admitted to that. As of 2008, a Liberian should have been appointed by AML in one of the top 3 positions of the company. Today, they admitted that has not been done, even though they try to elude us. AML admitted today on an oath that they have not constructed a single clinic or hospital in the concession area. After 22 years, even though Article 8 of the concession agreement suggested that they must build hospitals, health facilities, equip them with state-of-the-art modern equipment. Those equipment cannot be found anywhere, even in a hospital that they claim to have renovated but did not construct. That is a clear violation of the MDA. They are in violation of Article 23, Section 3, Article 22, Section 3 of the MDA. They were supposed to, as of 2007, give $100,000 to the Ministry of Lands, Mine, and Energy for research and development purposes for students and emerging geologists and mining engineers. Up to today, after 22 years, AML has not given a dime. And that point was stressed by the Minister of Mines and Energy, that they have not received a dime from AML. AML has not been audited. They have refused to comply with the Bureau of Concession. The construction of the iron ore processing plant was not approved by the Ministry of Public Works. Today, we've called you here that the issues are many. I don't want to keep dragging you into the different details about the kind of violations that the people have carried on. All in all, we're all said and done without wasting your time. Ladies and gentlemen of the press and fellow Liberians listening, and my precious Nimba who bear the brunt of these violations, AML is in gross and total violation of many aspects of the Mineral Development Agreement, thereby leaving our people to live in abject poverty, underemployment, and looting our resources and carrying it abroad with total disregard to our local laws, under the Bureau of Concession, under the NIC, and under the Ministry of Public Works, and under the Ministry of Land, Mines, and Energy. Why are we doing this? We've exposed these facts because we know AML delay in the investment. They delay the investment of phase 2 pretty close to the expiration of that term, so that Liberia can be forced to sign an agreement. Because by 2030, ArcelorMittal will not have a contract of mine in Nimba County and in Liberia. So that's why they have delayed their phase 2 investment and brought it closer to 2030 to tie the government hand and say, see what I'm doing, so that they can force our hands to have that agreement passed. And I am saying here on the record as Senator of Nimba County that these facts that we are exposed here today, these violations, ArcelorMittal, before even a concession agreement is to be looked at here at Capitol Hill, must go back and implement all of the items that are itemized within this concession agreement and make sure that they implement it to the latter, so that our people can benefit what are enshrined within this document. I will stop here for a while and take questions from you, but the issues are many. I can take a whole day on this press conference listing the kinds of abuse of our resources the people are carrying on in total disregard of our laws, and lay down procedures that will benefit the people of Nimba, Bond County, Grand Bassa, and Liberia at large.
Thank you. So we'll take a few questions. So
yes, Senator. Once again, I'm Kanga for Chief Reverend. If ArcelorMittal fail to adhere to whatever recommendation that you talk about, will you support the immediate closure of the company?
Well, there are rules laid down. I mean, if you violate the MDA, it suggests that government can terminate your contract. And that will be our next phase that we're going to be moving to. Before even talking about, giving it another 25 years, we will be pushing for termination of that contract if they continue to violate the laws that are laid down that they themselves put their signatures to.
Thank you, sir.
So we'll take Liberian investigator Bamoto.
Senator, my name is Bamoto from Liberian Investigator. Are you not afraid of the Western region specifically? Many times you hear some senators are saying when you want to take some action against the particular company, they will be afraid of interference, and people threatening to sanction you as well. Western power, what can you say to that?
Brahma, I'm not afraid of anybody. We went to school in the West, we went to school here, we sat in class with these people who come here. Nobody can threaten me, nothing they can do to me. And that's why we're going to pursue this issue to a logical conclusion. When we started this process, people thought it was a bluff. But there's a new day on Capitol Hill with a new breed of lawmakers who are willing to take on to these challenges. What will you do to me? What have I done to, sanction me? What have I done? You want to lobby against me? Lobby. I don't care. But our people will not continue to live in the conditions that they are in. Why Western companies come here and loot our resources in total disregard to our rules.
So we'll Senator
to what extent have these affected the people of Nimba County?
To a large extent, my brother. Take your microphones and your cameras. Go to the concession areas. It took these people 15 years to even put a grater as per my request in the concession area to do something. some rules. It has taken these people 22 years that they're supposed to build modern health facilities and equip it with MRI, dialysis machines, CT scan, all the things that you can think of. The MDA said that. But today, people are dying from curable diseases because AML has refused to honor her obligations. And they are taking people to Saniquere for surgery, shamefully. AML is a shame and a disgrace. And I call on all well-meaning Liberians. You have to join this fight to condemn these people. Today is AML. I know for a sure similar things might be going on in other concessions. But the one that has to do with where I am elected senator, that's what I'm dealing with now. And it has affected our people. Our people are dying from curable diseases. Our young people are underemployed. Our roads are dilapidated. The housing units in Ikepa are lying in ruins. You heard the CEO admitting on an oath that people are still living in containers. Why build containers when you know you can renovate houses? This is not just neglect, this is wickedness. And we're going to go to the bottom of it. And if we'll be proposing termination, but disregard renewal. Because these things must be done before we can even sit on the table with a new agreement. And that's why when we're bringing them, we brought the ministers along so that they can be aware that before you bring the executive, bring that new or what kind of renewal to us, these things must be satisfied.
The last time I checked, permanent sons and daughters of Nimba County are in line with this fight. Just to name a few, even Madam Edith Gonglowe is one of those who is also in line with this fight. During the public hearing just a few hours ago, the CEO of ArcelorMittal challenged the provision of the concession that you quoted with respect to the number of Liberians at top managerial level, 1 out of 3.
Yeah.
Is there another agreement, or is there another maybe an amended agreement that maybe ArcelorMittal is in possession of, aside from what you read and quoted in session today?
No, they don't have any other. This is just it. They are just in clear violation, and it's a shame that since 2008 we cannot have a Liberian in the top 3 executives of ArcelorMittal. I mean, to me that's just nonsense, and that's why the record has shown today that they are in that violation. And these things must be corrected immediately because those are grounds for cancellation and termination of the agreement.
So, analyst from
Yes.
the SCA family.
Senator, my name is Anthony from the Analyst newspaper. Things that should have been done 2 decades ago, you are requesting them to be done before 2030.
Yes.
Before you face your signature.
Yes.
Do you believe those things can be achieved, or you don't want AML to be here anymore?
I am not opposed to any company operating in Liberia, but when you come here, you have to do the right thing and live by our rules. It's just a little research that we did. You got more than 20 articles within the agreement that you are in violation of. They got about 41, compliance issue within the MDA. You are in violation of more than 20. Is that an agreement? You are 50% compliant. You are only compliant on the economic side. Things that will make Mita to take more oil from here, those are the things they invest in. They're bringing in new trains, they're bringing in new excavators, they're bringing in, underground miners from South Africa and other places. They are maintaining the railroad regularly. They're building a processing plant. Now they come and start washing that oil now and transporting it now on a real large-scale basis now to make more money. They're going to be moving from 15 tons per year to 20 next year. Geologists report suggests that our oil will not last for more than 30 years. They are asking for another 25 years. So Lamco 25, the first 25 for AMA and the second 25 are 75 years. What will we have to show to our children in Nimba County and in Ikepa that this was a money town that gave billions of dollars to the world? It's a shame. It has to stop.
Did you feel disrespected from the presentation of some of the heads of AML, particularly when the CEO said he could remember how much they invest or how much have they invested and could not tell you how much they have recuperated or the quantity of iron ore they have exported?
Well, I felt disappointed, not disrespected, because he lacks the fortitude to disrespect me. But this is a white lie. I'm not saying it because a white man told a lie. It's a lie that was in plain sight. That's why I call it a white lie. He can remember how much he invests from 20 years ago. Okay, I wanted to say something behind it, but let me catch my breath before I be profane. He cannot remember how much they're getting in revenue. That is just preposterous. And there where you saw in my point about the transfer pricing and the trade misinvoicing. That's what they do to avoid paying taxes and profit that we should get dividend on. This is orchestrated. And they are not doing it because they are crazy. They are doing it deliberately because they know it serves their purpose of depriving Liberia of her just benefit under the MDA.
So, thank you so much, Honorable Senator. There are two concerns quickly, and Michael from Sky.
Yeah.
Will you be disappointed if you do not receive the needed support from your colleague? That's one. Secondly, are you open for negotiation, if any, from the angle of Meta?
We don't negotiate. The executive does the negotiation. But we as leaders of the people, we are the ones who are supposed to flag these things out. We are the representatives of the people. So my job is to flag these things out so that I can come in the public glare and we inform the executive about it to take some actions. And that's why we are not scrutinizing these people in the absence of the executive. You saw us bringing the members of the IMCs, the Interministerial Committee on Concession, so that right before then we can tell them, do your job. So I don't know what your first question.
Will you be disappointed if you do not receive the needed support?
For now, look, you know, you don't wish for bad things, but I'm enjoying the fullest support of members of the Senate. And I'm also enjoying the way in which the House of Representatives is proceeding with this matter. That's why I told you a new day has come. Capitol Hill has changed. We will do the needful for the interest of our people, and we will hold people by their feet, and concessionaires should know that a new day has come. That no day now they will hide and violate our law against our people. And I want to be very firm that I don't bluff or fight, especially when I know I'm right. This issue, I told Mita while they were trying to have a meeting with me over and over, that we will not meet and we shall not meet until you come to the public hearing. There are two ways you can meet Twayen right now as a concessionaire. You either meet me with the Nimba Legislative Caucus to discuss Nimba and your concession, or you meet me at the Liberian Senate and we discuss this. There's no one-on-one. And we are serious about it. And I told them this is the long haul. I can tell you guys lastly, look, this is the beginning. This is just the beginning. Because even in the future, when they should have satisfied all of these conditions, and maybe the executive granted another one and it comes here to us, definitely I will be on their back. As long as I am elected senator in Nimba County, no company will be off the hook for scrutiny. Thank you.
No company. Thank you.
Thank you.